Hello, I'm Daniel Werkheiser.
And I'm Yvonne Weatherman.
And we are here for the very first Bctv morning news show. We will bring you the most important international, national, regional, and local news there is.
We have our very own Sam Cologne with our special segment, Cinema Spotlight, Basil Stetz with Kilobytes, Jason Rosario with sports, and Jarlin Castro with the local weather.
But before we get to all that, we will go to Jose Moronta with the Spanish quote of the day.
Nunca te rindas, cosas grandes siempre toman tiempo.
Wednesday, many in Havana had a chance to say final farewell to Fidel Castro. A caravan is carrying the Cuban leader's ashes away from Havana to the eastern city of Santiago de Cuba. Crowds of people line the streets of Havana, waiting for a glimpse of Fidel Castro's funeral procession. Tuesday, hundreds of thousands packed Havana's Revolution Square to remember Castro. Some considered Castro a heroic revolutionary. Others saw him as a dictator who ignored human rights, free speech, and free elections. After seizing power in 1959, Castro embarked on a journey known as the Caravan of Freedom. It was the first chance many Cubans could see or hear their new leader. Now, Castro's ashes have reversed that original route. His funeral procession started in Havana and will end Saturday in Santiago de Cuba, the birthplace of the Cuban Revolution in Havana, Cuba.
As rescue and fire crews move into neighborhoods in Sevier County, Tennessee, scorched by raging fires, authorities are getting a better picture of the damage left by the blaze, as they believe was human-caused. As wildfires continue to burn in eastern Tennessee, the death toll is rising. 3 more bodies were found today in Sevier County, bringing the number of people killed to 7, and many say their family members are still missing. More than 700 buildings have been destroyed or damaged, 300 of those in which popular vacation towns of Glattenburg, according to officials. Thousands have been evacuated from the area since Monday, when the fires quickly spread from the Great Smoky Mountains, fueled by high winds.
Those high winds were knocking down trees. Those trees were hitting power lines, and they were falling on this very dry, extreme drought-like condition, and everything was catching on fire.
But the weather took a turn for the better Wednesday, bringing rain and possibly some hope. It allowed search and rescue crews to go house by house, looking for those who may still be trapped.
Fires going on, but certainly the rain has been assisting in that effort, and we're thankful to the big guy up above for that rain. That's for sure. We have rescued 3 people that were trapped. So that is some good, positive news for a change.
In a related story, the Dolly Foundation is giving financial assistance to Tennessee residents who lost their homes in the deadly fires. Dolly Parton, who was raised in the Great Smoky Mountains, says she believes charity begins at home.
We want to provide a hand up to all those families that have lost everything in the fires, and to recover, we want to make sure that the Dollywood Foundation provides $1,000 a month to all those families that have lost their homes in the fires until they get back up on their feet.
Parton is asking all the Dollywood companies to contribute to the My People Fund. Anyone who wants to join the effort can contribute on the website.
A month before he takes office, President-elect Donald Trump is already working on his campaign promises to keep bringing jobs back to the U.S. Trump, in a Facebook post Tuesday, called it the great news, with more details to come. He and Vice President-elect Mike Pence, the current Indiana state governor, will be in that state Thursday for the official announcement. Donald Trump made keeping American jobs from fleeing to Mexico a campaign promise. Back in February, Carrier said it was planned to close 2 Indiana plants. One in Indianapolis has 1,400 workers, another in Huntington employs 700. A union representing the workers says moving the jobs would save the company $65 million in labor costs. Tuesday's announcement still leaves the future uncertain for a few hundred workers in Indianapolis. and those at the other plant. Carrier is owned by defense contractor United Technologies.
In regional news, according to the Citizen's Voice, President-elect Trump has offered Republican Lou Barletta a position as Secretary of Labor. According to WNEP, Lou Barletta met with President-elect Trump on Tuesday to discuss the position and the future for the next 4 years. He is seriously considering the offer. Barletta is considering whether he can do more good as being the Secretary of Labor or as remaining a congressman.
In local news, the Laurel Mall in Hazleton welcomes 3 new stores, a T-Mobile store, and 2 clothing stores, no question, and it only looks expensive. These stores have already opened and are ready for business just in time for your holiday shopping, so be sure to check it out.
In district news, the Hazleton Area Career Center will be holding its first 21st annual Christmas toy drive beginning today until December 16, 2016. We unwrap toys, monetary gifts to local charities. Our collection fills the needs of the unfulfilled wishing tree requests throughout the Hazleton area.
After the break, we will be back with Sam Cologne with Cinema Spotlight and Basil Stetz with Kilobytes.
Stay tuned.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Cinema Spotlight. I'm your host, Sam Cologne, and enjoy the show.
The Empire's building a weapon capable of destroying an entire planet.
It's also capable of breaking ticket sale records. The Hollywood Reporter says Rogue One, a Star Wars story, boasts the biggest number of ticket pre-sales for 2016 for both Fandango and MovieTickets.com. Variety adds the first standalone Star Wars adventure is tracking to open above the $130 million mark when it hits theaters December 16th.
Tell me you have a backup plan.
More Rogue One news as Twitter announces it will hold a live stream event for the film, produced in conjunction with People magazine and Disney. The event will feature never-before-seen footage from Rogue One, along with a question and answer session with the cast and director. The event takes place Friday, December 2nd.
For generations, this peaceful island has been home to our family. But beyond our reef, a great danger is coming.
Moana topped the box office this Thanksgiving weekend. The Disney animated film took the #1 spot, bringing in more than $55 million. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them came in second, just over $45 million. And Doctor Strange rounds out the top 3. This is all for this week's Cinema Spotlight. I'm your host, Sam Cologne, and see you in the theaters.
Back to Bctv, Channel 99 Sports. I'm Jason Rosario. That's right, it's the first sports segment for the first morning show, so sit back, relax, I got you fam, on the sports news, predictions, and opinions. So let's start off with the MLB. The New York Mets have just signed Yoenis Cespedes to a 4-year, $110 million contract. The 2-year All-Star looks to help out the Mets. The Miami Marlins have closed a deal on young pitcher Edinson Volquez, as he has a 2-year, $55 million contract. Now for an NBA update. The teams that fans like, are mostly the Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers. Well, they might win their conferences, but watch out for the LA Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs. Now, let's go over to the NFL. How about them Dolphins picking up their 6th straight win last week as they are in contention to win the wild card? They're only 2 games back from the Patriots. Well, the Browns finally get a break. That's right. The 0-12 Browns have their bye week. I mean, that's a win for them. The Dallas Cowboys are now 11-1 following that nail-biting win last night as they beat the Vikings and held them to a 2-point conversion. And the Raiders are 9-2. Those have been my 2 teams to go to the Super Bowl, and I will let you guys know at the end of the season what my predictions are for the playoffs. But my game predictions this week for the NFL, the Dolphins and Ravens. The Dolphins will get their 7th straight win. The Chiefs and Falcons. Well, the Falcons will get the upset, and they will win. Some fast picks, Raiders beat the Bills, Giants beat the Steelers, and Seahawks beat the Panthers. Now for some of my opinions. How do I feel in the New York Mets? Well, with Cespedes back, the pitcher is really healthy, and the team itself could be healthy. They could definitely do a good job, and I won't be surprised to see them on top of their division. Now, the Chicago Cubs are going to continue lighting it up, but will they be good as last year? No, but close. They will come on top of their division as well. NBA, the Cavs, Warriors, Clippers, and Spurs, the best teams in the league will most likely stay like that. My top 5 teams for the NFL and my not top 5 teams for the NFL. My top 5 teams are the Patriots, the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Seahawks, and surprisingly the Giants. For my not top 5 teams, that includes the Jaguars, the Jets, the Rams, the Browns, and the 49ers. Well, my favorite part, NCAA football. The top 4 has changed, but the top 3 is really close, as Alabama is at number 1, Ohio State at number 2, Clemson at number 3. They've all been battling for those spots all season. Washington finally gets back up there at number 4, who I think will honestly choke again. Who will win? I think Clemson will win it all. Let's have a moment of silence for the 20-year-old former running back for the New York Jets, Joe McKnight. Joe McKnight has got shot yesterday because of road rage. And unfortunately, that's how the world is today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, 23 more days until Christmas, so enjoy your guys' weekend. I'm Jason Rosario from Channel 99 Sports. Now over to Basil Stetz with Kilobytes.
Hello, my name is Basil. Welcome to the Kilobytes, where I talk about technology news. First, I'm going to talk about the reset problem with the iPhone 6 battery. Apple has been forced to replace the faulty batteries as they were powering down at random. Unlike the issue with the Samsung phones, this problem is not a safety hazard. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg made a statement that they are working on a method to eliminate false news. This is a response to many of the false stories that appeared during the election. This is not the first time the false news has been reported, but Facebook is attempting to make these sources disappear from their social media website. Alright, that's all for Kilobytes. Now let's check in with Jarlin Castro to see what the weather looks like for the holiday.
Hi, my name is Yarlin Castro here with your weather. Currently, it is 39 and feels like 31 with 25% of humidity. For the day, the weather will be partly sunny in the high 40s with a tense 25 miles per hour. Later on in the evening, the sky will be partly cloudy, then at night becoming mostly cloudy in the lower 30s. The humidity will be 30%. The sun rose today at 7:10 a.m. and will set at about 4:36 p.m. Tonight will be a waxing crescent moon, and the moon will be 8% visible. The record temperature for today were a high of 69 set in 1914 and a low of 6 degrees in 1976. The cool weather fact for today is that snow isn't always white. In California, Sierra Nevada mountains, and the alpine regions of Colorado, pink snow is occasionally spotted. It is caused by a microscopic reddish-colored algae that lives only in the cold climates. While the locals call it watermelon snow, it is not edible. The algae can be slightly toxic and can give you an upset stomach if you eat it. Here is a look at the 7-day forecast. Saturday in the high 38, low 27. Sunday, high 36, low 29. Monday, high 38, low 29. Tuesday, high 38, low 29. Wednesday, high 41 and low 31. You can now send in a weather photo. You can now send in weather photo to 10099 at hasdk12.org, and we will put your photo on TV and give you a shout out. That is all.
That is all for Bctv Morning Show. Come back at 2 for another amazing show. And until next time, I'm Daniel Werkheiser.
And I'm Yvan Weatherman.
Have a great day.